What if you could be the king of Wakanda, of the blacks? Would be remigrate. Obviously higher IQ than most of them.
You could be running around just...
Yeah. You're more well behaved and well spoken. You could literally just dominate over all of them. You could enslave the niggas. Like
you could enslave Marquette.
Marquette and Fanatic. I would look, that would get our...
Yeah, we're gonna put you in charge.
Well, I was already gonna take the position either way, if you and still be or not.
Ooh, I like that.
Us niggas we have to figure that out. You know, us black people have to figure it out first.
Andre, we don't have to figure out a motherfucking thing. The only thing we need to figure out is how to remove your skin off of your human apparatus, nigga. And you two, this is not a threat. This is not a threat. Since you hate yourself so, we just gonna take your skin, bro. Just throw your out to the K9s and let them eat something. They probably gonna puke that up, bro. Cause you are not we, bro. You are not community, bro. You talking about we need to figure out why you love white so much. I mean, damn, bro. Them niggas impregnate, they f your womb up, bro. You just don't get off that shit, bro. These niggas weenies be withered by the time you done with them, bro. That shit don't make no sense. Then the white dudes talk about, so we're gonna put you in charge. Nigga, are you in charge of your wife's pleasure? The fuck? Are you in charge of that? You too busy over here flirting with this dude. Are you in charge of that? That's what I wanna know. That's what we need to figure out. I'm finna get demonetized. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? My name is Doku D. Today we're gonna be talking about Andre Williams and his just constant racist charades. This ain't even a grift, bruh. And that's what's just, it's super scary about it. Sometimes I think this might honestly be demonetized, but regardless, block this nigga's social security number, SSN, block his SSN from even accessing AdSense, bro. Get this nigga off YouTube. Twitter, I can understand because Twitter don't give a f about nothing. That platform needs to be destroyed too. He should not even have a platform on YouTube. This motherfucker still has a channel to this day, bro. I'm gonna keep pioneering to get that shit down, bro. YouTube, do something about this motherfucker channel. Bro, that shit is terrible, bro. Speaking of his channel, this tap dancing ass nigga, I watched some of his more recent videos to get a feel of the shit he's still doing. And of course, he's still doing the same exact thing. But there's this consistent theme. And like when he's pressed on his beliefs, he'll always go, well, I'm trying to hold the black community accountable. Or if I don't say something in our community, who will? So unfortunately, I'm going to have to expose you guys to a little bit of this video he had where he debated with another person. So we can kind of pick apart this whole position he keeps resting on. Especially when he's called an Uncle Tom or an Uncle Ruckus. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it.
And I tell him, I'm on here to call out niggas and niggas because I think that black people are different and I can't stand it. And I think that we need to call it out because if we don't, then nobody else is gonna help. And they're like, yeah, brother, I get, honestly, I get what you're saying. I feel that too.
It's just so crazy. Like actually finally getting to talk to somebody like you, bro. It's like me and you, we have very different opinions on a lot of things. I'm not against somebody in the black community speaking up and saying what we do wrong. There's nothing wrong in calling out what we do wrong, but it's a healthy way of doing it. It's a reasonable way of doing it. I feel like the way that you go about it, it's to a point where I want to word my words correctly. My fault. It's where a point where like you're saying too many white supremacist dog whistles to what you're saying. I'm not against you calling out. Now listen, I'm not against you.
Why are you looking like that? Is he wrong? Mind you, this is the same who talks about why African Americans should instead take African out of their name and that African people live in the jungle, which is a white supremacist dog whistle, because you're implying that without whiteness, black people live barbarically, which is just not fucking true. And it's extremely racist.
Stop calling yourself an African American. What the f do you have in common with these niggas over in the jungle? There's nothing in Africa that you have any connection to or even want. Why would I want to be an African American? I'm a fucking black American at the end of the day.
Like, you talk about assimilation all the fucking time. If I had the time to collect all the clips, I would. You talk about it all the fucking time. You have videos on your channel where you talk about how we need to better assimilate in fucking whiteness. And you talk about respectability politics, like niggas using ebonics or not. And then you call them N-word. Like, you do this shit constantly. Anytime someone is talking about assimilation, you know they're fucking white supremacists. Because white supremacists love to pretend like any difference in culture you may have is the reason why you're failing or why you're bringing them down or a bunch of other racist, stupid shit. You point the finger at anything the fuck else except for what actually is the fucking problem. And newsflash, they're the problem, right? You're the same nigga who talks down on single black mothers and attribute every single negative thing about the black community to single black mothers. Another white supremacist dog whistle because it ignores systemic racism, Jim Crow laws, redlining, all this other different shit that existed in American history to disparage black people, which has worked against black people to create generational wealth, which creates black people in poverty or impoverished and low income situations, which fosters the type of behavior you're so fucking mad about. But the thing of the matter is, the people you should be mad about these shits becoming the case in the first place should be rich white men, because they're the ones who perpetuate this kind of shit, not a single black mother. And that's the problem with your crispy ass. You always looking towards the victim for something, bruh. Never mind all the horrible shit you say about how black history shouldn't exist and black history is American history. All you do is white supremacist dog whistles. So don't look like that when he calls you out for that shit, because that's all you can do. That's the only clips of yours that go anywhere, is when you're spewing white just supremacist dog whistles. You start the video immediately by saying the N-word slur, the N-word with the hard ER. Like, what are you talking about? This is your bread and butter. You know exactly what it is you do. And lastly, you're like, well, black people are different. And if I don't call out what black people do, who will? Bro, we don't need your crispy ass to do it. We have people who call out what black people do and encourage the black community to do better when it's appropriate, and give the entire full story as to why something is. YouTubers like Antonio Speaks, he makes absolutely great content. If you like my content, you'll most definitely like his. Very, very good content. I'll link him in the description. He makes videos, he holds black people accountable all the time, but he also supports black people. And when he's holding black people accountable, he doesn't just call them the N-word slur and then talk about how bad the mothers are and just call it a day. He goes about it in a productive way. You don't do that. And not only do you not just not do that, you misrepresent crime statistics, you misrepresent history, you don't talk about causality, you don't actually want to reach solutions, you just want to do stupid white supremacy shit, which is why you get people like this who see you as the person you are. Someone who spews white supremacist dog whistles, looks for white validation, and loves white dick. Back to the video.
Listen, black niggas do got problems. Niggas have problems. I'm man of community. My community does have problems. But the way that you're calling them out, they won't change anything. You just got white people saying, hell yeah, brother. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, brother. You're one of the good ones. You feel me? As a black man, you should know, if too many white people agree with me, I'm saying something wrong. And that's a fact.
Here's what I would tell you. Why are you focused on what someone else is saying and agreeing? If you know there's a problem, why are you worried about what someone else is thinking? If you know that, let's take it this way. You know what you're doing is wrong. Why are you focused on if someone thinks you're doing it right, or if they think it's wrong? You know it's wrong. You shouldn't be looking and oh, well, if these people agree, then, even though I know these things are wrong, I'm going to disagree and not support the black person saying it because the white people agree. Dude, if you don't want white people to look at it, then we might as well just go back to Africa. You don't want white people to be involved in the conversation, then we should just leave America then. Because as long as we have this, black and white America where we're in this country together, they're going to comment. But the problem that I have is I have to live around these problems. Hunkies don't have to live around this shit. Dan and Dylan, they have to live. Oh, when we go to town, we see Blackie. No, I live with this shit every day. I live in Detroit. I don't live in the suburbs like the rest of the grifting Jew bootlicking black conservatives that go out and they get their money and they run. I don't live in the suburbs like the black liberals that will sit back and talk shit about white people all day. I live where I say I live, and I'm around black people in majority. So you agree with what I'm saying, but you disagree because white people agree. You see how that doesn't make any sense? How that's not a good and healthy.
It's not that it's a problem that it's not a problem that it's more of a problem of how it's more of a problem that you're sounding more like them when you say it. There's ways that you can say things. I feel like
Give me an example.
I feel like I can't really from the top of my head like really just say word for word what you said because I really don't really watch your content at all. When I see your shit, I just swipe and scroll. Sometimes I listen here and there because I be like, okay, because I like to see people's up. Now listen,
So in regards to what he's saying, like he lives around the shit, I don't give a fuck about anecdotal experiences. Fact of the matter is there's bad Mexican neighborhoods, there's bad white neighborhoods, there's bad Asian neighborhood, there's bad every fucking neighborhood. So I don't give a fuck about your anecdotal experience. Also, if your concern is with how bad your neighborhood is and the activity that goes down in it, you understand these things come from being in poverty. You understand people act away when they feel they aren't being respected, whether they acknowledge that shit or not. People do stupid shit when they don't have shit to lose. People aren't just born this way. And like you continue to try to act like black people just come into existence this way, or they listen to a fucking rap song and then go, I'm about to go shoot up a fucking, like that doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. So if that's your concern, take your concern up with the city, with how they, appropriate funds in different neighborhoods, how the schools nearby are doing, how just a general redistribution of funds so that people get what they need so they can do the shit that they want to do. You know what I mean? And that they get the shit that they need. Use your platform to educate people on what's actually happening so that people can vote in their best interest for, you know, a better community. But you don't do that shit. You only want for your success. That's why you don't grift. I think you believe this shit. But you do this inflammatory shit so you can make money. So maybe that you can get out of that neighborhood, or maybe you can live with the fucking white people, because we know you want to. But on top of that, I would agree in the case that I don't care about, it's not, well, it is about how he says it, but it's not only about how he says it. He fucking actively misrepresents data and information in order to push a white supremacist narrative, bruh. He actively does that shit. He generalizes. He pretends like all black people are responsible for something when one black people does. He pretends like it's reasonable for white people to feel a way when one black person does something. It's reasonable to think that we're all bad people, and it's ridiculous. It's a standard that no other race is held to. That's the problem with how he goes about it, is he doesn't recognize that black people are individuals, and in every group of people made up of individuals, there will be bad people. Which you would think he would, because his own existence, well, and at least in his mind, is antithetical to the way that he generalizes, because you are black. But anyways, back to the video.
You can't say that. I'm going to say this. I'm going to be critical. You can't say you don't like what I do and you don't watch it to understand what I do, because people, and I've been on here for a minute, and I've told people who've never heard of me before exactly what I do and what I'm on here for. And they're like, you know, I fuck with that. I actually agree. And I tell them, I'm on here to call out, because I think that black people are different and I can't stand it. And I think that we need to call it out, because if we don't, then nobody else is going to help. And they're like, yeah, brother, I get, you know, honestly, I get what you're saying. I feel that too. They don't even watch what the fuck I do, but you do. And you've seen me.
Like I said, I watched some of your stuff. I'm not saying I'm a religious watcher, like, but I watch this stuff to understand where you come from, because I don't like to just, you know, say, oh, this nigga said something I don't agree with, I should be against him or should not be for him at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fair man. You know what I'm saying? I love to get everybody their own fair shot. You know what I'm saying? So I've listened to what you said. It's just the way you say things. I feel like if you just like stop sounding so tap dancing, it's like the way you say shit's kind of like you're looking for approval from somebody white. That's the problem. If you say things, if you say
example of that, you know, that's, you're saying that I'm doing it to tap dance when I live in the predominantly black area, when I went in the military and served around mainly black, Hispanic, and with a minority of whites. When I've gone to nothing but black schools, I've been around black people all my life. You know, there's no tap dancing. Like I said, if I was tap dancing, I'd be on Fox News. If I was tap dancing, I would be banned on multiple platforms. I've been banned on TikTok 7 times. I'm about to get banned on Instagram again. I always get back to 100K within a few months, within a month at this point. I'm demonetized on X, of all things. I can't even make money on X. And you know how X is. I'm sure you know of it. I just got banned on YouTube. If I was tap dancing, do you think I would be where I'm at right now? Do you think I wouldn't I be on Fox News? Wouldn't I be on OAN? Wouldn't I be on any conservative podcast? I'm not. I'm hated by these people because I call them out as well. I call out the Jews as well. It's another thing.
So first, anyone on there agreeing with what you do definitely hasn't seen your content. That's number one. Or they are racist just like you. That's number two. That's why they can even agree with you in the first place, is because they don't watch what you do. I highly doubt you give them a full and honest understanding of what it is you do. And if you do, then only people agreeing with you are people who are also racist. Those are like the only two things to that. And also, none of those things you listed make any sense. You can be tap dancing and not be in certain places like Fox News or wherever the fuck else. You're not there because you suck. Like, just because you're not a wildly successful super racist doesn't make you not a racist. That is the dumbest logic I've absolutely ever heard. And even if the people you're tap dancing for hate you, that doesn't mean you're not tap dancing. And by the way, they do hate you. They hate you for your skin color, by the way. So that actually is the case. But yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But I think that's all that there is to cover for right now regarding this idiot. I'm gonna keep farming content off this dude every so often because he's an idiot and I want his platform destroyed. So I hope and really hope that someday I have a hand in the destruction of his platform. That doesn't mean go over to his platform and do things to it, but I would like YouTube to do it. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's got to be it for me. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Daughters want for beautiful things. I would really appreciate that. Also, hype the video if you're on mobile. That really helps get the video out to new people. So I would really appreciate that. All that support really goes a long way. And if you want to take an extra mile, you can, because I do have a membership. And what I make off of that helps me be able to do this more consistently. And, you know, someday do it as a full-time job. I'd love to do this full-time. But yeah, I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. We're so close to 5,000, bruh. 5,000. I'm thinking I might do something special. I don't know, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I think the drawing has a little bit to go, so I'm gonna let it go. I ain't gonna say nothing about the drawing anyway. I'll let y'all talk about that in the comments. But also, if you want to watch another video like this, I have 2 other videos like this on my channel talking about this exact dude and other things for people who may be interested. But anyway, I'm gonna have to see y'all niggas later. Peace.
But I gotta do it, they always stay out of line. Sometimes I wanna just chill and land, but I'm the protector of the emeralds and gems. Stay knuckled up in a deep cut. I'm seeing skulls that burn, they tryna throw me off. Avoiding my luck, I'm feeling kinda stuck. Don't call me Knuckles, give me a box.